Hello everyone, Dr. Ed Gigliotti here. Function over feeling. That's what I want to touch base on today. Okay? We're at the start of the school year, and from an education standpoint, we get this truth. Okay? Feelings are not as important as function, right? When you're talking about like yourself or your student or your children or your niece or your nephew, whoever, excelling in an education standpoint. You could feel fine and bomb a test. I'm sure we've been there before, right? You walk out, you're like, oh, I feel like I did great. Right? Or multiple choice. I feel like I did awesome. And then you didn't get the grade you expected. You got a C or a D instead of that A you were looking for. Right? And that's because the function wasn't there. What I mean by that is you weren't able to properly process that information, get it down on paper so you could get that higher grade. Right? Even though you felt fine, the function wasn't at par with how you felt. Okay? In the same respect, though, so many of us throughout health with our lives, we focus strictly on feelings. And that would be like not studying and going into a test, right? Like never even opening the notes at all throughout the semester and then going into your final exam or your midterm, right? So we're going off of feelings, but never assessing or very rarely assessing function with your body. Here's the thing. Function is the foundation of everything. How your body is functioning determines how healthy you are. Feelings a lot of times follow function, but not always. Your function could be very poor, and then all of a sudden, feelings creep up all at once. You're like, I don't know how I started getting these migraines out of nowhere. Insomnia, depression, anxiety, maybe a diagnosis, all right, that's unfavorable. You're like, how did this happen? Very, very possibly and probably, it's very probable that function's been going a long time before those things emerge, okay? So I want you to think of it this way now. From an upper cervical chiropractic standpoint, this would be the front of your skull and the front of your spine. Okay, Atlas, C2, C3. In Goliath, ours are much smaller. You have the brain coming through here, funneling all that information down through the spinal cord, supplying every cell, tissue, organ with what it needs. We're talking quadrillions of signals every second throughout your body, brain to body, traveling hundreds of miles per hour. Now let's just say you're feeling fine, but looking down that canal, okay, this is how it should be, open corridor. Let's just say there was an injury that occurred when you were really young, car accident, slip, fall, whatever, football. Sports injuries, especially during the school year, happen so much and go overlooked. We see them, unfortunately, sometimes years after they occurred. We can tell with the imaging. But let's just say that there was an injury that occurred and the top bone twisted out of place like that and is now compressing that canal. How would the function be throughout your body knowing that the brain and brainstem and spinal cord, that central nervous system, control every single function throughout your body? What if this injury was sustained this way? And it was twisted out of position this way, right? Do you think that function in your body would increase or decrease, right? So feelings would be the last to show in a situation like this many, many times. Because your nerve system, your central nervous system is wired to tell you mostly how it's functioning or mostly to do what it's supposed to do function-wise, as opposed to tell you how it's feeling, okay? This is why it's so important to prioritize your health, especially from a central nervous system perspective. Because if you're looking to get your child or get yourself or the students you teach to get better and better with education, it takes time and repetition. Same with health. It takes time and repetition. And when you do it the right way and you work with nature, you work with science, and you get pressure off the central nervous system and you keep it off, I'm telling you, it completely transforms the whole trajectory of your future. Okay? I'm a walking testimony of that with how it affected my health after years of boxing and falling apart. And we see it with so many other people we're blessed to care for too. That's why people travel from out of the city, out of the state, even out of the country to get checked upper cervically. Because when you understand it and it affects your life the way it does, it's very hard to ever look the other way again. Love and appreciate you guys. If you would like to get checked, we'd love to help. We actually help. We have, you could actually look through your emails. We actually have a voucher right now for any students and or teachers that if they would like to get checked throughout the month of September, I can't remember the exact days, but throughout the months of September, there's a $65 voucher if we do need 3D imaging on them, which is something we rarely ever offer, but we want to give back to the community. We know that education has been through so much, especially from 2020 on, so many struggles and challenges, and we know how much people excel when they're clear and they're connected. Okay? We love and appreciate you guys. We're here for you. Thanks.